We'll be getting our runners countdown shortly here. Looking forward to this one. This is going to be a slugfest. As Bry always says, a slobber knocker, a Donnybrook.
A barn burner, if you will.
I like barn burner. That's always a good one. Never understood the reference. But anyways, let's go. Game 1 of match number 2 here between Bry and Teleo. Both getting the Razor to start, holding the right side, getting the exact same invulnerability drop. And just Bry dipping a little bit south, using that Razor Shield for offense. Teleo holding center a little bit. And not too far separated, but Bry going to get out of there, I believe, at about a 40 here. Maybe a 39. 39, actually.
Yeah, this is a 39 versus a 40, so this is rather close here. But it all comes down to the drops, and to start off, we have delayed drops for both. We have an orb for Brisulph and a foot for Teleo1, followed by a Razor Shield and a spreader.
Yeah, Bry, I mean, getting the ideal drop right there. I know, always nice to get a little bit of that extra movement with the shoes there, but just, yeah, in comparison to an orb, it won't ever compare to the orb.
And Teleo just rushing down into Eat My Shrapnel, trying to save as much time as possible. And now a key!
Yeah, nice little opener strat there on Eat My Shrapnel from Teleo. Going to the very top, just using those rockets. Had limited ammo on it, so just make sure. I'm going to take out 2 of these Shrapnel at the very least, and then start clearing these swarmers for the room. Using the grenades that we were talking about before, along with some invulnerability, trying to force these drops, trying to get an orb.
This is Teleo doing a lot with a little, but holy smokes, Brisulph just north of 2 minutes into total carnage.
It's kind of fast, I guess. But, Bry, yeah, no, absolutely phenomenal right there. Just hold it down, doing exactly what you expect with the orb. Just destroying that room and looking nice here in the opening. Gets the Razor. So holding this center pretty easily now is Bry.
RNG so far favoring the favorites. Oh, wow. Teleo just avoiding getting clubbed down.
And is getting these rockets, is able to maintain, gets the orb. Here we go. This is going to be something, gets a nice little weapon there, is able to really maintain the center. It's going to help maintain with this pace. We'll see what happens on Bry's side. Bry losing the orb, losing Razor Shield, now on the spreader, is able to finish out the room, though, at a very nice 253. Whew.
Holy smokes.
Probably kicking himself for losing the orb, but coming in into the bonus room at a very nice time. And we get a little product placement here for our 2 runners.
Yep, very briefly, Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell, as Brisulph has about a 12-second lead here and heads on into tank trouble with a little bit of a spreader clip, uses it to take out the left gunner, gets a nuke to work on the right gunner.
And ultimately, that's the goal, the early part of this room. You want to take out those gunners, just one less thing to deal with, and then going to see out the rest of the room. And by all means, I mean, rockets and orb, Bry getting everything that he needs to start reestablishing control in this room.
Teleo able to take out the gunners and is looking for something, anything to help. And it's grenades at the feet, and he loses the orb.
Pretty cruel from the game. Just, I would have rather not had those grenades at all. Just kind of absolutely threw everything off as far as the rhythm there from Teleo1. Gets rockets, so able to maintain some pretty good control again, but hates to see losing that orb.
But Bry heading into Mutoid Man at a 411.
Yeah, not too bad. He's able to take out that early swirl. Takes out the 2 gunners.
Brian not able to get the ball buster, but utilizes the lobber rather to take out the gunners in front, and now peppering away with shots from the rocket. Teleo, meanwhile, is going to utilize the lobber to work on Mutoid Man. Now is going to work on the gunners. Neither seeing a spreader here. Teleo gets a lobber, and we've got both arms popped off on Bry's side. One arm popped off on Teleo's side. That consistent damage allowing Bry to open the chest already.
Yeah, and those are some good lobs right there.
Off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's phenomenal based on the weapon drops so far. Good weapon drops. I mean, lobbers, once the spreader strats ever came around for this game, lobbers unfortunately got the, they're second place for a reason, for a big reason. And
of course, there's a spreader on the final form because the game knows.
Yeah, you can't get that when you really want it, but final form for Bry. Teleo looking to get it down, gets it to second last, gets a spread here, can get some manual potentially.
Just avoids the spreader, but it's going to be too little too late, or shrapnel, I should say, as Brisulph going to come in at just over 6 minutes, about a 6:03, and is going to take game one.
Yeah, that shrapnel just kind of getting Teleo off the rhythm of getting that manual. Was actually landing some shots there pretty decently. Probably going to be finishing off pretty close here. So this is going to be, not too far off from one another. Some really nice use of those lobbers, though, honestly, from Bry's side. Getting some really consistent damage in there about midway through that fight. And is able to hold down that lead for game number one.
So Mutoid Man, being the ultimate equalizer, is going to kind of give Teleo the business a little bit, and it's going to be a 45-second difference, but man, that was certainly a lot closer than that.
Yeah, as that early the drop of the orb from Bry opened up a little bit of a gap there and made Tank Trouble a little bit more interesting going in. But ultimately just at least getting those lobber damage in pretty nicely done from Bry's side. And you could see two spreader drops honestly on Teleo's side there, and that's potentially Teleo's game to lose. But Mutoid will be Mutoid, and sometimes you just never see those spreaders until it's way too late.
Well, the predictions coming in here now is we've got first sub-6 that loses in this match. Is it a yes or a no? So if we see the first sub-6, will it end up being a losing venture?
I suppose there's a bit for that prediction to go on, so we'll let that run. Let you guys get those channel points in, get that vote in. I'll get a vote in here. I'm allowed to do that, right, from the booth?
Yeah, I tend to not say where I vote because I don't want to sway the viewing audience, although more often than not, I'm wrong. So if I even said what it was, they'd probably do the opposite.
And remember, folks, this is going to be a best of 7. So one game early here. That's good lead here for Bry to start, but still got to take down 3 more to take this match. So it should be some interesting RNG, some interesting back and forth that we potentially will be seeing into the rest of this match.
And I feel it only appropriate to say when it comes to the channel points, bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, we'll get these guys set up and started.
And here we go. Race number 2 in this best of 7 is underway. Looks like about a second difference here, and looks like they're now evened up here as we have the in stereo. Oh gosh, this is pretty much in stereo here, at least to the best of my rapidly declining eyesight here.
No, these guys have actually, started out pretty hot. And oddly enough, now Teleo's side, being the one using that razor a lot more offensively, it's like the two players flipped right there, because Bry did the exact thing that Teleo did this run, and Teleo gets the whole shot by about a half second as that Bry got last race. So pretty phenomenal little back and forth from these two.
Holy role reversal, Batman.
And the orb first drop, it's deja vu, but for the opposite runner here. Orb drop, though, for Bry, so both getting very early orb drops here.
Well, this is good. I mean, at least the RNG is going to be somewhat equivalent, or at least it has been. I certainly hope that it continues to be, so that way we can see the skill level of the caliber of players. And, oh, look at that. About a fraction of a second lead here for Teleo.
If that was pretty much right through the door at the same time. Starting to get these early shrapnel, a little tricky there for Teleo, but starting to get it back. Looks like, starting to maintain it a little bit better. Has all their shrapnel actually on the right side of this room, so is able to hone down, get a couple there.
Both runners avoiding the nuke, as it's more ideal for beginner runners, as if the room gets out of control, you can utilize it, but it does stop those shrapnel from spawning, and now Bry getting ahead just under the 2-minute mark into total carnage.
And just about the same for Teleo, just at that 2-minute mark or so. Razor Shield there for Teleo, going to be able to maintain that center a little bit better. Spreader for Brisulph into the Razor Shield, so now both runners in that possession, holding down the center. Razors with the orb. Bry definitely using that razor offensively, really trying to drive it into these swarmers, get a little bit more damage in lane, gets another razor shield to be able to do the same thing. Some good offensive usage of a defensive item there from Bry. Getting rockets as a reward for doing so and getting out of there at a 249 and a 251 from Teleo. Nothing to shake your stick at with a 251, but a 249 from Bry.
251, I'd just be entering total carnage.
And look at this. I mean, Bry has a little bit more in the ammo, but both orbs rockets going into this room as well. Teleo only able to get one gunner. Bry's able to get both getting vulnerability. Can Teleo hold this center? It's going to be tricky. Yeah, it has to go to the corner. And then unfortunately loses the orb right there. Bry able to maintain a little bit better, gets a spreader as well. That's going to help out, and vulnerability going to help Teleo kind of clear out that initial wave there. Hoping to get a weapon. Unfortunately, grenades, that's not what you want to see. Rockets, that's a little bit better.
But Bry is going to be 355 into Mutoid Man. Holy smokes.
Bry on a just a scorching pace right now, really utilizing these great drops from the game, holding that stuff down. getting everything kind of dealt with as quickly as possible. Pretty phenomenal there. And Teleo in at about a 414, 415 there. Not too far behind. Let's see how these drops work.
Well, Bry getting a spreader. He's going to have to manual here and does a good job of doing so. Is going to leave the rockets behind. And the game gives more rockets.
Yeah, rockets just like, all right, I guess I'm doing damage, but it's pretty much the thing. Unless you're dealing with the gunners in the front at first. The rockets are nice there, but yeah, you really don't want to see them. Already the head pop on Brisulph, a great spread though for Teleo.
Bry is looking to break the tournament record. I believe it's 541 from Delaware, I believe.
Into final form, has the lobbers, can't get to him, unfortunately. Yeah, Mutoid with a block. It's going to be tight. Really needs to get done with these lobbers here to have a chance.
Meanwhile, a Glitchtoid over on Teleo's side. Oh, and Trolltoid with the block. And I think for the second time this tournament, we're going to see a 542 from Brisulph, just beating the tournament record. No, it's going to be a 544. A high 544. And Bry typing one spreader too much to ask? Like, for real?
I mean, a phenomenal time. Yeah, looking for that a little bit better. A 603 from Teleo.
603.
That could have been the sub-6 right there. It really could have.
Almost a sub-6 loss, which is what we were looking for. But that is the fastest losing time in tournament history. And Bry is going to go up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell. I mean, going into tank trouble, both these runners were going to have some, unless we got that same kind of mutoid that we were getting with the Upala Lucha match. You know, both coming in at about like 250 times into the bonus room. Just phenomenal play, really holding it down with that early orb, and then yeah, mutoid just not giving Bry the eternity record. And just keeping Teleo out of the sub-6 with their drops. We'll begin these runners countdown shortly. This is going to be a good one. I mean, if the sub-6 loss doesn't happen here, I'd be surprised.
So here we go. Race number 3. Brisulph up 2-0, and Mutoid Man certainly getting the assist with both of them. I think Mutoid has the tournament league lead in assists.
Well, Mutoid's going to get theirs. That's no doubt about that. And again, yeah, holding that right side initially for both runners, both holding the center, dipping down low, using getting the a little bit of offense with the Razor Shield, looking pretty similar as far as the usefulness. That it looked like a potential early smart bomb, but very well timed from Teleo's side, and that's going to be a scorching 39. And Bry getting the 40 there, going into collect power ups. Not nearly as nice on the drops for the first one for both these runners. Grenades and feet and invulnerability. They might have ran out all the luck on the last run. We'll see. Well, never mind. As we say it, orb there for Bry, getting it in the first room. Teleo looking for the same.
And, well, there's that green orb as opposed to the blue one, and that is going to give Brisulph even more of a lead here, 126 to a 129, about a 3-second lead. But that orb is going to increase it.
Yeah, not too bad, Teleo. Not getting the orb, but still able to get out of there with a sub 130. Not too shabby there. Able to use the grenades. Yeah, this is that. Just use what you're getting. Invulnerability. Yeah, take anything you can to help get this room a little bit under control.
But you can see Razor Shield here for Brisulph versus, keys, grenades, just none of the good drops here. Finally, some rockets, too little, maybe too late. Finishes off the room and is going to be about 3 or 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, really, not shabby at all based on the drops there. Is able to get the rockets late, too, so this is going to help with this room. Gets the Razor, it's going to be able to maintain their rockets again. So the weapon drops getting there for Teleo. You want to see that orb, though. And there we go. And the orb, that's what you need to see from Teleo's side.
Commentator's blessing. Just like the pool table, you called it, you got it.
If only I could speak orbs into, existence in my own runs. That'd be a nice little trait. But again, almost that sub 3. Look, about 3 minutes exactly on the dot for Bry. Not too far behind, a 3:05 for Teleo with the orb, with 4 bars on the rockets. Should be able to clear out those gunners and really start this tank trouble off right. And of course, here we are with that product placement. Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
Because we had a little time to do so. And now into tank trouble for both. And we've got a 1-up here for Bryce. Rockets and spreaders here for Teleo. Both able to take out the wall gunners. And the drop's starting to favor Teleo a bit here. Now more rockets for Teleo.
Both getting a little bit of rockets, getting a little bit of spreader here for Brightside. Rockets see that nuke, probably not interested to Teleo. Really, trying to hold down this center. Both runners really, actually, Bry really going down there for those shoes. Gets it. Loses the orb, though, at the end of the room.
And is going to be close to finishing the room, but Teleo takes the lead here, a 4:11 to about a 4:15. Now it's a 4-second lead for Teleo heading into Mutoid Man.
And the shrapnel turning into shrapnel on Bryside, going to take a couple more seconds at the end of the room. So Teleo getting a little bit of an advantage going into Mutoid Man here. Doesn't get the ball breaker, but getting his lobbers in.
Trying to utilize that lobber on that kind of sweet spot, that little upside down pyramid underneath. We hear
that's a spreader drop for Teleo. That's a glorious one. And Mutoid Man did not move, just sat there. Hey, you want to, get a couple forms of damage here? There you go. And grenades, Teleo getting that damage, might be onto the second last form here soon enough. Gets grenades too, gets another damage. All right.
Pops the head. Bry now a couple of forms behind here. Penultimate form for Teleo. Is going to try to get over to those lobbers and takes the high road and gets it.
Good juke there from Teleo. Went low, realized, he's blocking low. Went high, gets it down to final form here. Gets grenades. Spreader, of course.
Spreader for Brisulph.
Boy, Brian. Yeah, too late though for Brian. Oh, and the invulnerability afterward just to kind of rub it in.
All over. Bry now 2 forms back, and a key as well.
Teleo's getting nothing, though. This is...
Teleo getting Troll Toyed. That's 3 in a row.
Oh, God. And
finally, the lobber, as the head pops off for Bry, he's a form behind. He's going to manual here with the spreader. And now a spreader.
And final four for Bry. This is coming down to it. Tell you, yeah, Rockets is able to actually do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, boy.
So Teleo is going to take game 3 here, but not without effort from the game, and is going to finish with a 620.
Just absolutely nothing dropping for Teleo there. From I believe at one point it was looking like a 2-form lead at the final form, and Bry was able to get a nice little manual in there, gets it right back, makes it very interesting toward the end. But
so
Teleo
finishes with about a 641, about 21 seconds behind. But yes, the game was absolutely troll-toiding across the board. Mutoid wanted to get the victory over all of us. On the part of Mutoid Man, that was a disgusting display.
Yeah, that was an amazing drought right there at the end. Everything kind of going nicely. Teleo getting consistent damage, at least getting the grenades in there, and then it made it very, very interesting by dropping absolutely nothing for about a good half minute there, it felt like.
Indeed, Jack. We'd like to apologize for that. He absolutely knew his microphone was on. Yep, the Brisulph drops that we can get away with carrying over here to GG speedruns. So again, this is the winners round 3. This is one of the money rounds, so this is a best of 7. So first to 4 wins.
So here we go. Does Bry get a nice little lead here in this series, going up 3-1, or does Teleo tie this up, effectively making it a best of 3 here, I guess, for the chance to take it?
We shall soon see as our runners are in Arena 1. Looks like Brisulph ahead by about a second in terms of time. We'll see if that can be evened up, but if not, then we'll keep track of that as we go along here. And Bry is going to be the first out of the room with a high 38 versus a high 40 for Teleo.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, both these runners, they know exactly what they're doing. They probably, run pretty much the same kind of strat in Arena 1 over and over again. So not too much worry there. You're always going to be seeing something around a 40. Razor Shield there for Teleo, or for Bry, but Rockets for Teleo here. Not bad starting out.
Yeah, Bry with a new sense of purpose, as that is his first tournament game loss of any kind. Granted, this is also the first tournament he has competed in, but he swept the opening 2 rounds, so already the competition getting a little bit more fierce. As you can see, they're practically even with the time differential, yeah, it's practically even heading into Eat My Shrapnel.
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, very aggressive movement there. Teleo still having that swarm out there, using the spreader, trying to get all 3 of the shots onto the shrapnel, trying to get them out as soon as possible. Getting grenades.
More grenades.
Those again.
Ugh.
While we see Bry sitting nicely, Rockets with the orb, with the razors. Not too shabby there at all. to finish out Shrapnel.
Brian to total carnage. I believe it was about a 207. And now a 212 for, so about a 5-second lead for Brisulph. And that is a very fair point. Teleo is doing nothing wrong. He is just running up against bad RNG against the world record holder of this game.
I would say more so in any game. In this game, do you need RNG to? It's got to work with you a little bit. If it's not working with you, there's very little you can do, especially when your opponent in the race is getting the. It's very much, you know, you're racing the game more so than you're racing the opponent. It's like in golf, you know, you're playing the course. You're not playing the opponents there. That's
immediate orb loss.
Yeah. Ugh.
Teleo is going to finish up the room, but is going to be behind by about 15 seconds.
Yeah, the orb spawn a little rough there. Sometimes a little bit of a blessing. We'll see how these early drops work out. I mean, Bry with the full salvo of rockets with the orb is able to really do well here. Hopefully some good early drops from Teleo to kind of keep that pace.
This game is almost Bry going, wait, you made me bleed. I will destroy you now. Like he saw his own blood for the first time and then just is now mauling here.
Bry ain't got time to bleed. He's got to take out these Swarmer. He's got to take out these Shrapnel. And this exit is going to be 410, 411 yet again for Bry. Pretty nice pace getting into Mutoid Man.
Well, we got an opening spreader here. Bry is going to pick it up last second, take out one of the gunners, and gets an invulnerability. What a patient wait on that drop.
Who goes through him a little bit, but yeah, able to get that invulnerability. Very nice drop there. Sat on it, didn't take an early death for any reason from manualing, and cleans up 2 arms there off of Mutoid Man, while Teleo is entering the fight.
So 2-form lead already for Brisulph here. Immediately spots the spreader, runs into the mine, and Trolltoid not doing as such. Bry probably going to get 2 forms off of this here. Gets some manual damage, and backs off just in time to get to final form. Hoping that Trolltoid moves quick enough to be able to get to the rockets, and does not. Needs a weapon, gets grenades.
Yeah, doesn't get those rockets,
Brisulph is getting very close to a tournament record here. I think it's a 5:43. 2 seconds off of the tournament record. Bry has had a 5:42, a 5:43, and I believe a 5:46. Yeah, 2 540Xs today, 2.9 seconds shy of the record.
And Teleo getting a very nice spreader there, getting the invulnerability, so able to utilize that similar strat that Bry was able to get earlier in the fight. Getting those lobbers in, getting some damage. Some decent lobbers here. It picks up. Oh, unfortunately, just gets clipped by the back end there of Mutoid Man. We'll have to sell for these rockets. Might need a little bit more. The rockets might get it done, actually. Let's see. Lobbers will definitely get it done.
Yeah, both have played tremendous, but Teleo has absolutely had some Burgundy-level luck here. And I'm not apologizing for that, and I absolutely knew my microphone was on.
All right, so we are set here. We have a 3-1 lead for Bry, but this is a best of 7, so Bry needs to get one more. Teleo has the opportunity, rally off 3 right here, be able to, not quite the reverse sweep, but the 3-1 series lead. As a Warriors fan, I know all about 3-1 leads and not quite working out the way you planned. So let's see how this goes for our Smash TV competitors here.
Better than me. I'm a Sixers fan, so the last time I saw a championship, I was like not even 2 years old. The best we got is practice. We talking about practice.
I mean, yeah, you always remember the quotes. I one of the all-time greats right there from AI. All right, and we'll be getting them countdown shortly for game number 5 of our winners bracket match here between the 1st and the 8th seed.
Yep, I'll get away from the hoops talk here, and we'll get back to the big money, big prizes. I love it.
That's right. We do love it here over at GG Speedruns. Always killing it with the production here, getting these runners synced up, and we are underway for game number 5 here. What are you guys thinking, Chad? I don't know. I think Teleo has all the ability to be able to get a nice little run in here. I'm looking at a sub 6 potential, and I'm looking at a game number 6 between these two runners.
I certainly hope so. You hate to see lopsided victories here, as Bry's going to be the first in to collect power-ups by maybe about 2 seconds.
But yeah, something to remember: both these runners being in the upper bracket, no matter who ends up taking the loss in this match, will still very much be in the tournament in that bonus bracket that we have. A lot of competitors, a lot of good races still to come up there, as well as our last matchup of the evening.
A little bit of time made up here, and we are basically synchronized here into Eat My Shrapnel. Both with the orb. But rockets now for Brisulph, taking his time to get to them and waits till the absolute last possible moment.
Bry has a very uncanny. I mean, that's something that comes with the years of experience, the thousands of runs of this game, really being able to time those drops, and when they look like they can't be grabbed, you just missed your opportunity. He definitely has that ability to be able to get them. Seen that too many times in his PV runs.
Lead swinging back and forth here, maybe about 3/4 of a second to maybe a second difference, with a slight Brisulph lead, but now we're into total carnage, and again, it's about those drops. A key for Teleo, not what you want to see. We have no pleasure dome here.
Yeah, early rockets for Bry, able to really work that the center of the room. Yeah, that early stuff for Teleo not working out, hoping to get a little bit better. Feet, not what you're looking for here. More rockets for Bry, so kind of being able to pull away a little bit, despite them both having orbs. Rockets finally for Teleo.
Invulnerability for Bry, going to pick it up to try to force another drop, but the end of the room is there, and it's a 254 into the secret room, the bonus room.
Teleo really trying to work the timing on that smart bomb. Very nicely done. delays that, takes out a few more swarmers while it's kind of blinking away there. Gets a very nice smart bomb exit there to give us a little bit more product placement on the day.
Oh, Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
Vulnerability on the feet for Bry there. Is able to get the first one done. Gets the
back-to-back spreaders.
Maintains. Rockets though. Ooh, rockets for Teleo. That's going to really help.
And then a nuke to clear off the room and just get set and settled in the middle. And Teleo's going to head to the left there. A little dicey, but picks up the spreader. And now gets another one as well. Bry now with back-to-back rockets.
Oh, the Vitamin R is flowing for Bry here. Getting those rocket drops. Clears it out.
Look, first out, but no, there's another swarm for Teleo here. So Bry going to have a noted lead, about a 406 into... So it looks like Bry picked up about a second into Mutoid Man.
And the drop swung around right there in tank trouble. It was looking great early for Teleo, and then Bry just started getting some rockets. Bry with more rockets, able to already, with the orb, getting those.
There's a spreader, and Teleo is going to ignore the ball buster that he was initially going for. Gets gunned down, hoping for a spreader to pop up, and it's grenades, of course.
Grenades will help with that. Gunner kind of actually doesn't get the gun. There it goes. Yeah, just a couple more regular shots there. He's able to get to this lobber.
The lobber utilizes a lot of shots on it though. 2 arms, and now the chest popped open for Brisulph. Teleo about 2 forms behind, takes another death, gets the rockets, and there's a spreader for Brisulph, the rich getting richer.
Yeah, Bry, seeing it a little late, opting not to go for any kind of invulnerability death strat there, opting to go for the manual, getting some shots in, getting the grenades.
Final form for Brisulph. There's a spreader for Teleo. Teleo's going to have to manual, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah,
and another spreader, and I think that is going to be your dagger. And
wow. And Bry, no more, no less.
Advance into the winners round 4. The final 4 of the winners bracket, and we'll take on the winner of Prince Leaf and Mr. Dino, finishing just under 6 minutes.
Some phenomenal races right there from Bry's side, obviously. Multiple sub-6 runs in there, closing it out on a 4-1. Teleo putting on some pretty close races, a little less luck there on the Mutoid Man, and ultimately that was pretty impressive. Bry, for everything that Teleo was getting, was able to still have an incredible tank trouble there, really actually maintain and increase that lead, and then just held it down very nicely on that Mutoid Man fight. Well done. GG's to both our runners. That was phenomenal.